Hiking up the mountain with the dogs. Go work on this bear hide a little bit. Got a couple bears wrapped up in the hide also that I'm working on making videos for. Maybe they'll be put out one day, maybe they won't. But I just wanted to say real quick before I get going on this video that some people might have some strong feelings about some of the things that I do in this video. There's definitely a little bit of graphic content, and I just wanted to warn you all of that. If you're faint of heart, squeamish, you know, I'm a big time animal lover. Now, I'd rather go out and get my food out in the mountain than go to the grocery store. Know where you're getting your food from. That's important to me. And so that's life and nature here. There's graphic. There's going to be a couple things in here that people don't like. Other people will find it informative. I'm no professional, and I just try and do the best I can, and I try and not waste anything off of the animal that I harvest. And that includes the hide, the claws, the skull, the bones, some of the bones, the meat. The meat gets me through the winter when it's kind of hard to get through the winter. And to have a warm bowl of bear stew on a cold, windy day warms me up in more ways than one. So I get it if you don't like it and you think that these bears are big old teddy bears. I get it if you don't like it, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. If this is something you want to watch, enjoy. And if not, that's all right too. You're free to move on to the next video. If y'all want to see how I do some of the processing of this bear hide and claws and making bear grease, got a lot of bear grease. This video started off, I was just going to make a video on the bear grease, and then I decided why not film a little bit of the other processes. So if this is something y'all want to see, enjoy and stay tuned. Something really clear. I am in no way, shape, or form any kind of professional hide taxidermist, hide tanner, anything like that. I tanned a bear hide last year. Maybe I got lucky. Hopefully this time works out the same. Y'all see things that might actually work better for me, I'm always open to suggestions. And just because I'm doing it this way, don't go thinking you can do it the same way and have a hide turn out, and then don't blame it on me if it gets ruined. Few people have came by that watch my channel and have asked if I was gonna do any videos on the bear I got this season. Right now I'm processing the fat down, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting it into 1-inch cubes, and then I'm gonna throw it in the freezer and let it freeze up. Makes it a little easier to work with. And then Grit should be back in about a week, and when she comes back, I'm going to see if she wants to help me turn this fat into some bear grease. Bear fat is greasy and nasty and hard to work with. The bear I got had a whole lot of fat on it, so this is going to be good. I'm going to get back to cubing this stuff up, and then when Grits gets here, we'll get to turn this into some good old bear grease. So stay tuned. And here's the beauty I've been using to slice it up. An old Western pattern. It's one of my prized knives, but it's super slicey, full flat grind, and it's just right for that bear fat. There's a couple claws already done. This is how I clean them. They end up looking like this. So I feel like I did a good enough job. It's just the way I do it. I'm sure there's other ways. I've cut the claw off the paw. I just take a really sharp knife. This is my William Collins wood carver. And I just start shaving off the skin. And, you know, it's not the nicest thing to be doing, but this is what it is. And it's not easy, but it's just the way I've found to do it. Got the front claws done. Here's what I do next. I got a little salt in the bottom of this bowl. I set all these in here. Help them dry out. Back claws. The way I did my last bear hide is, you know, I fleshed it as best I could, and then I salt it, roll it up, flesh on flesh side, and I'll do that once a day for 3 or 4 days. So every day I come back out and I'll shake the salt out the hide, and I'll put some fresh salt. But in between salting it, I'll go back around and try and get as much more of the meat off as I can. And I just keep cleaning it up as I go and try and get it as good as I can. And I go from there. This will be the 3rd time that I shook it out. I don't have any fancy tools to flesh the hide, So basically this whole time what I've done is use knives. I'm sure there's better ways to do it. This is just the way I did it last time and it worked, and I'm going to do it this time the same way. I'm just trying, I'm just trying to spend as much time as I can cleaning this hide up. The better I can clean it up, the more precise I am, and the more I get it fleshed and cleaned up, the better it'll turn out. Last time I tanned a bear hide last year, I didn't use any citric acid. All I did was I put 1 pound of salt per 5 gallons of water, and I let that soak. This time I'm going to do it with citric acid, and to start off it's going to be 1 pound of salt for every gallon of water. And it's warm water. Looks like I'm gonna need more because I got a halfway decent bear hide. Not huge, but maybe like a medium, mid-size. So if I got 12 gallons of water, 3 ounces of citric acid per gallon would be 36 ounces. All I have to measure it is a tablespoon measure, and a tablespoon measure is a 1/2 ounce granulated. So 36 ounces would mean 72 tablespoons. That's just the way I got to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's a much more efficient way, but this is it. So 72. See if I got enough in here. Trying to help this mix along a little bit. And then I'm going to let it cool back down before I put the hide in. Now, one thing to note, I only had 56 ounces in that 2-pound bag of, well, roughly 56 ounces in that citric acid. And I had to put 12 gallons of water in. So I figure last time I did this, I didn't put any citric acid in it, and the hide, the hair stayed on. So hopefully, even though I don't have the full mixture that I would need, I'm sure it'll help a little bit at least. I guess I'm gonna find out. I've got the salt all mixed into the water here, in with the citric acid. Now I just got to let that cool back off, and while that's going on, we're gonna get the hide out. Go find a couple rocks to put on this and close it up. In about 12 hours, I'll lift it up and squeeze it around a little bit, stick it back down in there. Do that every 12 hours for about 3 days, and then we'll go from there. Alright, it's getting late, but I've got to get this hide out. It's been in for a little over 3 days. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to degrease it, give it a good scrubbing, and then I'm going to lay it out. It's windy tonight, so hopefully that'll help. Got her degreased, then I neutralized it. 1 ounce baking soda per gallon of water. I let that soak for about 20 minutes. Now I've got it out, and I'm going to let it hang like this overnight, drip dry a little bit, get it semi-dry, and then tomorrow we'll see what she's looking like and go from there. So far so good. It seems like the hair is still on there, not coming off. So far so good. Let her drip dry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Letting that bear hide get a little smoke.
There's probably like optimal temperature.
To render it.
I think I'm not gonna go with more than that.
Shit.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's probably good.
Yeah.
I guess. How much we got more in there?
Yeah.
We got a pretty good amount.
You want me to get some more?
Might as well get the mason jars.
Okay.
You think? The little ones?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Virgil, if I give you this, you're probably going to get the worst diarrhea you've ever had in your life. Look at him. Right, a little bit, just a tiny bit. There we go. Perfection. Alright, doing in this first? Or, no, we're going to just give it a shot. We'll see. See how much I trust you.
You can.
This is good.
Yeah, but your hands don't need to be there.
Oh, I got it spread out.
I don't see what's going on.
It's okay. Towards me just a little. Come towards me, or move it there. Yeah. This is a different batch also. Right there. Perfection. There's a tasty snack for you. Tasty morsel. Look at Burgle. Gentle. Good catch. I think this is what gave you guys gas.
I was gonna say, are you gonna poop weird things now?
It's what gave them that smelly, terrible gas the other night.
Yeah,
That was pretty raunchy.
Where do you think he's going?
I don't know.
Can do whatever I want.
Right there. Gotcha. Some good stuff.
of Kansas because how we dominated. When we were at our glory, it's when the white frontier guys come in, they had figures out rockets. Well, shoot it, then you gotta load it, it takes 45 seconds or a minute. You can shoot 5 arrows in 15 seconds on a bow. Who do you think is gonna win?
So far, this burr ain't slipping. It's stuck, which I'm pretty happy about. Feel like I did this one better than my last one. But there's still time. I mean, it could start slipping. I hope I did a good enough job where it doesn't. I'm pretty happy with this hide. Just take it out when I can, up the mountain with my dogs, and just find stumps and different things like this, and just kind of try and, I just rub it on there and try and stretch it out, loosen it up, soften it up best I can.
all done with the claws. I'd shift them around in that salt every 12 hours or so, and I left them in there for a few days, and they're all dried out. And then now, if I want, I can sand them down and smooth them down a little bit, some of the rough spots, and polish them up, make a necklace out of them or something. I've already given a few out to friends, and I'll probably give a few more out. These claws are bigger than last year's. I ended up rendering down a large amount of bear grease. They're still working on that railroad. I have a very substantial amount of bear grease. I'll probably try and trade some, and I have more than enough. This stuff lasts for years. It doesn't have a smell. Perfect for treating leather work. You know, I put it on my boots. I actually have some, I put a little bit on these boots as well. And it's a great waterproofer. Great on leather work, like I put it on my knife sheaths. I use it on my bows. The dogs love a taste every once in a while. They love some bear grease. Yeah, it has many applications. Some people cook with it. I don't cook with it, but you definitely could. I'll throw a little bit of this on some leather knife sheath that I just finished. A little quickie knife sheath for my Hobo Forged Big Chopper. And I'm going to rub a little bear grease into that sheath real quick before I head out with the dogs. So hang tight. Alright. Hobo Forged Big Chopper. Just I really like how it darkens up the color of the leather. Some people don't like that, but what I'll do is I'll just rub this in. You don't need a ton. Like I just had a nice dab on my finger, and maybe a little more. Get it up in I could burnish the ends here. I'm not really too worried about it. This was a quickie knife sheath. I just wanted to get something done to have a home for this big chopper knife. The Big Chopper. You can see how that darkened that up. Just kind of heating it up by rubbing it, heating up, working it into the fibers. And then if I really wanted to get crazy with it, you know, I mixed some of this bear grease with some beeswax. And that makes a really nice sealer. Really nice natural sealer for your leather and your boots. Wooden handles even. You know, a bow. Even other applications. Like if I wanted to mix up some beeswax, some bear grease, and some pine pitch, I could make a really nice sealer to put on a bow or a bow string made of sinew. Just natural ways to waterproof and treat your tools and whatnot. So there we go. Got a nice, trying to get it down in there. Let's get it down in the threads a little bit. Press it down in there. So, yeah, real nice. Doesn't hurt to get a little bit in on this handle. Doesn't hurt at all. There you have it. Wrap this up in a couple old towels when I'm bringing it up here. That way, you know, I don't get any of the, there's still a little bit of grease coming up out of this hide as it dries, and the towels help to keep that grease from getting on the fur side. So there's, you don't have to do that. It's just something that I do to kind of, it helps to soak up a little more of that grease in the hide that I didn't get and keep it nice. You know, I'll just bring this out with me when I'm out with the dogs. You know, whenever I come out, every once in a while I'll bring the hide out, keep doing that on trees and stumps and things like that, and just keep kind of roughing it up, stretching it out, loosening it up, loosening up those fibers. I'll let this lay out here in the sun and the breeze while I'm working on these bows. You can see a little bit of grease right in there. It's kind of bleeding out still in certain spots. And I'll just keep on sopping that up and working it out of there. It's coming along nicely in my opinion. But what do I know? Forgot to say, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you made it to the end. Tell me what you think. Got any ideas? Any things I could have done better? Hope y'all enjoyed the video.
I'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.